Hey, welcome. So today we are going to pull back the curtain on one of the English language's best kept secrets. Seriously, it's a sound rule you use every single day, but I'm willing to bet you have no idea it even exists. Let's just jump right in and look at the puzzle it solves. We have all been there, right? You're staring at two words that are so clearly related, but you're wondering why on earth they don't sound the same. English pronunciation can feel, well, chaotic and kind of random. But what if I told you there's a hidden logic to all that madness? Just think about it for a second. We say sincere with that nice long E sound. But then we add just a couple of little letters to the end, and suddenly it's sincerity. That E sound just completely changes. Why does it do that? Okay, here's another fantastic example. We all say define with that long I sound, but add an ending and it becomes definition. The I is totally gone, and it's replaced by a short I sound. And believe it or not, this is not an accident. That's right. This isn't random at all. This predictable shift in sound is actually called the vowel change rule. It's a fundamental pattern that's basically woven right into the fabric of English, and it explains exactly why adding an ending to a word can completely change how you say it. So here's the crucial point. When we attach a suffix, an ending like idity, tation, or ence to a word, it often forces a vowel in that original word to change its sound. It's kind of like a trade-off that helps the new, longer word flow a lot more smoothly off the tongue. Let's look at the word excel. It's got that clear, short sound. Now when we add ence, it becomes excellence. See what happened? The stress shifts, and that S sound just sort of softens into what linguists call a schwa, which is really just that lazy sound. Excel to excellence. It's a completely different vowel sound. So how does this rule actually work? Well, it isn't just a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. It usually operates in three main ways. And once you recognize these patterns, trust me, you are going to start hearing them everywhere. Okay, the first and probably most common pattern is when a long vowel becomes a short vowel. A perfect example is nation with that long A sound. Add the suffix al, and bam, it becomes national, where that is now the short, flat sound you hear in a word like cat. Nation, national. You can totally hear the difference, right? Next up, we've got the long vowel to schwa shift. We actually heard this one earlier. In combine, you have that long I sound, but in the much longer combination, that I just softens into that unstressed sound, the schwa. Combine becomes combination. And the third pattern is when a short vowel also softens into that schwa sound. You can see it right here with habit, that's a short I. But when the word is habitat, the sound becomes a really gentle habit, habitat. The vowel just kind of relaxes into a schwa. Okay, so this is all pretty fascinating for pronunciation, but here's where it gets really powerful. Understanding this rule is actually one of the keys to unlocking complex English spelling. It's like a guide our brains use to connect how words sound to how they're written. And hey, this isn't just some obscure linguistic trivia. Nope, the vowel change rule is actively taught in schools to help students tackle big, multi-syllable words with way more confidence. These patterns are truly everywhere once you know what you're looking for. It really all comes down to this. Recognizing vowel changes and syllable division patterns can help you spell many words. So by connecting the root word you already know how to spell, like define, to that new sound in the longer word, definition, you're essentially building a mental bridge to get the spelling right every time. So how can you use this yourself? It's a pretty simple four-step process. First, take a base word like prepare. Second, listen for that vowel change when you add a suffix. Preparation. Hear that? That long A became the schwa sound. Third, just notice how the syllable break shifts. And finally, you can spell that new longer word with confidence, because you know how the sounds connect. All right, you've seen the rule, you've seen its three main patterns. Now it's your turn. Let's do a quick little test to see if you can hear the change in action. Ready? Okay, listen carefully. The word is compete. What happens to that E sound when it becomes competition? Which one of our patterns is at play here? If you said the long E sound becomes a short E sound, you are absolutely correct. That is a perfect example of our very first pattern, a long vowel changing to its short vowel counterpart. Compete becomes competition. See? You've got this. So the next time you stumble over an English word, just remember this. Our language isn't nearly as chaotic as it seems. It's built on this foundation of elegant, hidden patterns, rules you've been following your whole life without even realizing it. And that makes you wonder, What other secret rules are we all using without even knowing it?